All right, guys, quick rundown here. I'm going to give you a full installation here and demo of this new dash that I got for the this infotainment center for the center dash, like the Model S and the Model X. It is for the Model 3 and the Model Y. This is the one for the Model Y. Clear instructions. I'll show you right here in the box. You get the harness for the Ryzen version. Make sure you get the proper cable for which CPU you have. I have the Ryzen, and I'll show you on this 24 model. If you have a 22 and forward, you have the Ryzen, the AMD Ryzen. And if you have anything previous to that, you probably have the Intel. But there you go. I have the Ryzen. So another look here at the items that come in the box. You get your cables, and you get your pry tool and the screws to mount it to the back of the dash. Now here's a look at the actual unit. There's 3 cables there, but I opted not to run the front camera. It does come with an option for a front camera. I didn't want to do that installation because I would have had to take apart the front and everything. So that's the unit. Now let's show you the main part you need to take apart on the passenger side. You'll find the white cable for the 24 Model Y. It's a white plug, not a blue plug. The plug into it is blue, but your harness, the female version, will be white. So you just plug in both adapters there, plug it back in, you've got power. Now I'm going to show you what the unit looks like. Before I put it all back together, I powered it on. I just plugged it up, and sure enough, here we are, perfect power. So I'll change the settings from Celsius to Fahrenheit, and let's take a look at the car as we go for a ride. Okay guys, it's installed, simple install. You can see my PSI, the time, the temperature. You can see the miles left on the car, my current mileage on the car, and then you can see the speedo and the battery percentage. Everything matches the car over here. I think it's pretty cool that it matches all the speed and everything. It matches all right here. So I can change this to percentage, and you can see it's 70% and it's 70% here. So I like to keep mine on miles sometimes. So just driving with it, it is actually pretty good. It wasn't a hard install. Let's go this way. Wasn't a hard install. It was just a matter of tucking the wires and getting the car put back together. Plugging it up was super easy. I'm gonna go down here. Yeah, it's really cool to have a display in the car now, because I can just look down and I can see the speedo instead of looking over to the right. And it'll become habit me driving like this now that it's there. Yeah, simple install, just plug and play. The hardest thing you'll do is take apart your car. Like literally, that's the that was the part that was the most frustrating to me. And this is a fairly easy install. It's nothing too difficult. Yeah, it's nothing too difficult at all with this install. I'll adjust my steering wheel to make it a little bit higher. But as you can see, the blinkers, everything works. It mirrors the car. So yeah, if you have the front camera option, you'll see an additional yellow cable back there, but I wanted no front camera because I didn't want to run all those wires to the front of the car. I just wasn't into it. So, sorry, put this back. I accidentally hit the scroll wheel. I have the scroll wheel options disabled. So that's why you might have seen it. I accidentally hit the scroll wheel. But I prefer to just have it like this. I don't want to control this screen from the scroll wheel because I use all my voice commands, and I just didn't want to get it all mixed up together. That's all. But let me park real quick, and then we'll continue to talk about this. Yeah, guys, so this is a pretty cool system here. You swipe from this side right here to get your settings. From here, this is to turn on the display for the speedo, and the car does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, wired and wireless. Now, I do suggest that you just leave your system as is. I wouldn't use this for Android Auto or Apple CarPlay as far as the speaker and sound. I would just go ahead and just leave it as is with, your current system. But it is nice. It looks exactly like, it does on your phone. So, yeah, that's it. That's Apple CarPlay. Now, one thing I would advise, I switch it to Android Auto, and if you switch it back to CarPlay, the system reboots. So just make sure you're using the one that you typically are going to use the most. And this is the startup screen. When you get in the car, this is what it does. It'll start up. But if the car is idle for a little bit, this is what it'll do. But in order to get it to be back to CarPlay, you just hit that button right there. And it should, let's say, yeah, it should auto connect. There you go. It'll auto connect once you pair your phone. So every time you have your phone with you and you're on, it's just going to auto connect for you. And you don't have to leave it on this screen. I personally like the larger display like this. So it's pretty nice. I like that it mimics everything in the car. Yeah, with mileage, everything. Blinker comes on the car. It signals here. Signals here. High beams. Everything. It's nice. And then you go down here to your settings. Here's all the settings right here. Language, time format, the auto settings there. Like, and you have more settings here when you go into here. This is where, and in the back there, this camera that you're looking at where it's saying resolution, this is for the front camera. So, and I also don't have like the mirror setup and everything, because what happens is that's more than I was willing to do, to get the full experience of this. I really just wanted a driving display right here. So that's why I got it without that. So you go back to settings here. If you opt for the front camera, you'll need to run the front camera all the way to the front of your car. You'll need to take apart more of your car, all the front area, and I just wasn't into it. So here's all these settings, and you go to display. You can see this is where you change the color of the car. I set mine to red, but you have white, black, blue, gray. Appearance, auto for me for day and night. The temperature was at Celsius, but I put it to Fahrenheit. Rainbow roll when you're doing the cruise control, you can have that on, and then brightness is set to auto. And this is how you set up your wireless information in here, like your Wi-Fi and everything. This is where you press this button right here, and it'll take you there. And this is where you can check for a software update. But all in all, man, this is a really nice setup, and it's really nice. I'm going to adjust my controls here with the steering wheel so I can get a better view when I'm driving. There we go. Save that. Yeah, but overall, man, I'm super happy with the way this turned out. It is a sleek looking setup. And then furthermore, with the air conditioning, there are now vents in here, down here. So vents flow through the front down here, and the vents, man, it's nice. It literally blows really cold. It's blowing right through the bottom of the control here. That also keep this unit pretty cool too. So the fans and vents, everything are blowing straight through the bottom, and it's blowing straight into my face. So that is a huge plus. So if you're interested in this, I will leave a link down below so you can grab yours. But this was not, I'm going to be honest, I was a little intimidated by it, but you shouldn't be intimidated by it, because if I can do it, folks, you definitely can do it. You just mounting this in and everything. I didn't show a lot of the installation, but I'll probably do some screenshots or something like that. But the installation is super simple to do. And this video was turning out to be very long, and I just didn't want to keep you too long. So yeah, there it is, man. Screen installed. It's going to be a very nice setup to drive now. Having a little mini infotainment center down here. It's very sturdy. The screws bolt in from the back, so just make sure you follow all the instructions. On the 24 Model Y, I've seen instruction videos where they're just popping this area off right here. Folks, don't do that, because I cracked my right side over there. I kind of, still kind of popping up. I kind of, get it down. I kind of cracked the underneath it. It raised up, and I kind of broke a few of the little clips, but it's in there. Just be careful when you're taking all this off. If you have the AMD Ryzen version, you don't have to take all the glove box and all that stuff apart if you don't want to. That was something that I did after the fact, and I was like, man, very easy to install. There's one screw on each side of this area right here to take off. So just make sure you are paying attention to that. And then this entire thing just pops right forward. It's kind of a slide up and forward towards you, and it pops right out. So just keep note of that. So other than that, man, I mean, I'm super happy with the way this turned out. It's facing directly towards me. And now, video probably doesn't do it that much justice, but it is super bright and super clear, folks. This is a clear display. It really is. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Link to get this one is down below. Hit this one up, folks. I think if you have a new Model Y and all those people who just ordered, I think you're going to want to do this one. But just be careful. Don't be intimidated. I think you're going to like it. It's worth it. Trust me.